that was pretty much my whole career as a backup. So you don't expect a lot of work. You're happy when you get it, but by the same token, this is the time of year when we can get them some work. And we think that it's a competitive environment. Kirk and Colt both have been on the field and played, and they want to be on the field playing more. So, at our discretion, we decide who's getting what reps. Right now, it's been pretty consistent that when the day's over, Robert's probably getting about 60% of them, and those guys are splitting the other 40. At some point, we might flip that around a little bit just to make sure that they're getting enough work, because it's hard in this league. One guy playing every snap all year long is getting rarer and rarer. So we got to make sure we have 3 guys ready to play.
Matt, have you been in a situation where the second and third guys were both more veteran type players, where you don't necessarily have a young guy on this roster who's going to be like, okay, I know I have to pay my dues?
No,
it's a little more of a juggling act for you guys.
It's a great point. No, I have not been where there's been 3 veterans, so to speak, that have all played. And you're trying to find work for all of them. It's when you do have that third guy who's a young guy you're developing, you almost don't care. Like, your time will come, Johnny. Just shut up, But these guys need the reps. They want to be on the field, and we're doing the best we can right now with OTAs. When training camp comes, hopefully we'll be able to rotate them in a little bit more. But we've also got to make sure we got one guy ready to go.
And then on your part, do you become more of a psychologist at that point, trying to keep guys ready, focused, and ready to?
Well, the benefit of them being veterans is they understand it. The rookie doesn't get it, so that's the guy you have to counsel. But these guys, they don't need any help. They know what we're going through, and they appreciate it. They've been in that position where they've been the starter, and they don't want the backups getting any work either. So they get it.
Now that you have a chance to work with Robert for a little while now, what have you learned about him or noticed about him that maybe you wouldn't have noticed just from the outside looking in?
Extremely talented, and I'm not saying I didn't notice that, but when you're not around it every day, I don't think you appreciate it fully. He's got incredible athleticism. He's got a very strong arm. He's really accurate. And I just think fundamentally, I said earlier, I think fundamentally we're just working on some of the core things of throwing a football, being comfortable in the pocket, having a good base to throw from all the time, which helps you consistently be accurate down the field more than anything. And that's what we're working on. I think he's made really good strides the last month or two.
And of some of your experiences, I'm thinking Baltimore helped you be in a position where you're ready to get backups ready to play sort of whenever they want, whenever the moment calls for it.
My experiences? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're not the starter, there's still a lot of work to be done, and I appreciate that about both Colt and Kirk right now. Although they're not getting the majority of the work, they're getting some work. But when they're not in there, they're paying attention. They're getting what we call mental reps, and they're watching what the guy in front of them is doing. And if he does something right and we give that guy praise, they see that that's the way to do it. If he's getting criticized or critiqued, then they know that something needs to be done different. And there's a lot of communication. We stand there together, we watch the play, we talk to one another, we evaluate, and they're very into it. And I think that's important. They know that their reps might be limited, but they're still working when they're out here.
You've had a long career and you got some jewelry to show for it. Do you think is this a new challenge? Is this a particular challenge? What do you think about this job?
I would say no with another Super Bowl ring, but we got a lot of work to do. We're being cautiously optimistic from the standpoint of there's some new faces here. There's a few roster changes, there's a few coaching changes, but it's a good group of people that works really hard, and we all have the same goal, which is to win. And we got some time yet. I think we took a big step the last couple of months through our OTAs, not just on the field, but in meetings, figuring out what we want to be offensively, and having a good sense of what kind of an offense we're going to run. And that's a good start. Now, when we come back in the summer, we just continue the work we've had going here. We focus on a few more things in more detail, and try and hone in on exactly what we're going to do, when we're going to do it, and how we're going to beat a defense. But I'm real happy to be here. It's a good group of people.